Hey everybody, welcome back to another Q&A video. I am doing this to celebrate reaching 100 subscribers. Yay! But I actually did that like a couple days ago, and this video is taking a while. And I'm at 104 as of now. Hooray again. Um, so I asked people on Discord and on Twitter. Everybody could submit me up to 3 questions, and I got a good amount of replies here. So without a doubt, I'll just go right into it, I suppose. First question's from Nia-chan, and she asks, "When will you indirectly call me savage again?" Now, there was a video in the past where I like barely remember this, but it definitely happened, where I called Nia savage, and I'm pretty sure I called her a terrible person or something along those lines. In jest, of course, joking. But indirectly, no, it's not going to happen again. How about directly, Nia? You're savage. Okay? Bob Samurai asks, where do you see your channel in the next 3 years? Now, that is a complicated question, I suppose. Um, in truth, I don't know. But uh, here's the thing: is I would never, and I know everybody that makes content on the internet probably says this. I never thought I would have 104 subscribers. I never thought I would have 80 subscribers. Um, and it makes me so happy that when I see that number every day, even if I like lose one or two or whatever, the fact like it's already cemented in my mind that I got up to a certain point that I wouldn't fathom before. Would I like the channel to grow? Yes. However, this is not my main. This is not my job. I have a job that I do full time. This is 100% a hobby. It's a hobby that I love doing. I love talking to you guys. I love talking about anime and manga. Um, so I mean, so that's I put the sort of effort that I put into a hobby into this, not really the effort that I put into a job into this. So, I mean, if I was getting enough patrons, maybe someday I would maybe hire an editor to make my videos look super, super nice. I know I could do it myself, but I don't really want to spend the time doing that. And I kind of like my content sort of the way that it is. Yeah, it could look better. If anything, maybe in a couple years, I would be, moved out by then, and I would probably have maybe a different computer, definitely better internet, and maybe better hardware, probably a better camera. I like my microphone, but maybe a better microphone. And so you'd have really, really good audio quality, good recording quality, stuff like that. So I guess maybe I'll be using better equipment in 3 years. But in terms of content, I'm kind of hoping that I remain sort of the same because I like being able to talk about like whatever I want to talk about. Like, and I kind of have. I don't really have like a super set schedule here. Like I'm trying to do 4 videos a week, but it's kind of on like various things. Like I talk about manga one day, I could do a list this day, I could do a review one day, and it's not like I'm planning this out well ahead of time. It's more like sometimes in the afternoon I'm like, I'm gonna do a manga video tonight, and then that happens, and I love that aspect of my channel, and I think it makes it like a stress-free kind of environment. Like I don't feel like super obligated all the time. I feel like it is an enjoyable thing having this channel, and I'm really hoping that I enjoy it in 3 years, and I hope you guys are enjoying my content in 3 years. And now, I mean, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you didn't enjoy this right now, but Warpbait asks, what is a well-liked anime that I dislike besides Trigun? So it's well known that I'm not a huge fan of Trigun. I think it's pretty overrated, and people seem to always remember that. In terms of, I guess it's hard for me to give one without the other because the shows aren't very similar, but like people talk about these shows in a high regard a lot of the time, but I don't really get why. And those would be Shinsekai Yori, or From the New World, and Zankyo no Terror, or Terror in Residence. I really don't like either of these shows. I reviewed Shinsekai Yori and I gave it like a stream worthy kind of thing, but that's one of my reviews where like I look back on it and I feel like I could have been a little harsher on it than I was. But I don't know. I just, they're personally not really anime for me, and I don't really get what's so enjoyable about them. And I'm limiting this to anime that I've finished, because like anything, I could just sit here and say anything that I've dropped. I really don't like Studio Trigger stuff that much, and you know some Gainax stuff that much. But a lot of those shows I dropped because I didn't like them, and I don't want to waste my time watching stuff that I don't like. But I did finish those two shows that I mentioned, Terror in Resonance and From the New World. I was not a fan of either of those shows, and they have a pretty big following. The Art of Anime asks, how did I befriend Harry Lolly? That's an interesting story. I actually met Harry Lolly at the mall one day. I was walking toward the food court, and there's an FYE. If you don't have FYE where you live, I don't know if it's like a national thing. It's like they sell like DVDs and games and stuff like that. So probably going to be out of business soon. So I was walking by the FYE, and there was this dude who was just like leaning up against the glass, like drooling heavily. And, you know, to the extent where like it was starting to form a puddle on the ground, and they were calling a janitor over to start to kind of mop it up. And it turns out that they had a life-size Hestia figure, or like a statue, I guess, from Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, or whatever that show is called. And it was just he couldn't handle this Hestia, and he was just drooling all over himself. And, you know, I felt kind of bad, so I went over and I grabbed, like, a ton of napkins from the food court, and, you know, I handed them to him, that way, you know, he could sort of wipe down. By this point, his Tokyo Ghoul t-shirt that he was wearing was just kind of completely ruined, and he had to go back into FYE and buy another one. But he was a little pissed at me because I didn't, you know, buy one of the Attack on Titan towels that were in there. I just, you know, got regular napkins. But, yeah, so... And then we chit-chatted a little bit and found out that we both really like anime. I told him about my channel. And he was like, oh, you should have me on as a guest sometime, and I can, you know, I'll up your view count. And, you know, he kind of did. And he might be coming back someday, so stick around. J-Chip from the J-Chip Show asks, what's an anime that you want for your collection but you don't yet have? I could tell you this is a sort of sneak preview of something I have coming in. I have pre-ordered Made in Abyss, the collector's edition. So there you go. You can stick around and, you know, watch me. I'm probably going to do an unboxing of that. So technically I don't have that yet, but I'm going to. I really want Land of the Lustrous to come on Blu-ray, because that's a gorgeous looking anime. I really want A Silent Voice to come on Blu-ray, but in terms of stuff that's like, those I'm assuming are going to be easily obtainable. As for stuff that's more of a hurdle, the Kar no Kyokai films, they recently just got like a re-release, but it's like, it comes out to like $35 per movie, and there's like 8 of them, so like, it's, I don't know, kind of not worth it. I'd really like to own those, because, you know, as a collector, those are some really good movies there. And I'd like to have them on my shelf, but I mean, I could just watch them on Crunchyroll, or elsewhere for that matter. Let's see. I have Durarara Season 1 as an import because Aniplex charges a lot of money for everything. I don't have any of Season 2 because that's all really, really expensive. If that were cheaper, I'd own it. Let me think of something else that I would like that I don't have. Usually that would be something... Okay, let me think of something that's like... I've never seen this show, but from what everybody describes about it, it seems like it'd really be my cup of tea. Darker Than Black. I want it because it seems interesting, and it's been out of print for a while, so like if you can find it online, it's really expensive, and the collector in me kind of is attracted to that. But Yeah, I'd say that those are the things that I want that I don't yet have. Um, Axl Steele asks, "Is horseradish an instrument?" Yes. We're back to Nia-chan. She asks, "What are my fetishes?" This would be a better question for Harry Lawley, I guess. Um, I would. I don't think I had like. I don't know if I have any like weird fetishes. I don't like. Um, I guess I'll talk about like. Okay. I am the type of, I guess, woman I would be. I am really this, and this is true in like the anime character, the waifus that I like. I like strong women. I like women that can kind of take care of themselves and potentially take care of me. Um, but I don't mind if they have a little bit of a vulnerable side. But if they're strong, like Sango from Inuyasha is perfect for this because she's super super strong and she can take care of me. But she's not scared to show her emotions. So I'm not necessarily into the tsundere stuff because I get tired of like the like this look all the time and like shut up, shut up, shut up. And so like I don't know, but like so like on the verge of tsundere, but not quite as tsundere. Um, like I wish like I can't believe I'm about to say this. Like oh, I wish I had a weird fetish to say. I really don't. A weird thing about me, I find I don't know how weird this is. I find the sound of running water to be incredibly relaxing to the point where like if I need to sleep, I'll listen to water ASMR, like a shower. And I think it's because in the house, in the bedroom that I grew up in, it was right next to the bathroom, and so when my family would like shower at night, I'd already be like going to bed or whatever, and so I would like fall asleep to that sound. So to this day, like the sound of like running water, even like a waterfall, like any of that, I find it super super relaxing. It'll put me in like a way calmer mood and stuff. Um, but yeah, it's not like a sexual thing. Yeah, I'm sexually attracted to waterfalls. Um, so Bob Samurai asks, "Am I going to participate in No Shave November?" I have in the past. I don't think I'm going to do that. It's I am pro. What like the cool part of that is about. It's like so often it's promoting like men's health or some kind of positive cause. However, at this point, like this is already even starting to get sort of too long for me. My beard has this habit of getting like really. It doesn't really get like Gandalf wizard length. Like it just kind of like poofs out. My hair on top of my head kind of does the same thing. So I'm at the point now where like I kind of like it sort of short, like a little shorter than this. So I don't see myself like growing it all poofy again, at least for a while. That's also like really annoying. It's really hard to eat soup. Um, Wartbait asks, How can I be such an Inuyasha fan if I didn't even know the translation name of the second ending theme, or whatever the hell that was? I didn't write all of this question down because it pissed me off too much. I guess I'm not a real Inuyasha fan. For those of you that don't know, there was a on the Segoy Boys podcast that happens every weekday on this channel, Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern. We did a anime trivia game, and somebody asked me what the name of the second ending or whatever it was in English, and I had no idea. And ever since then, people have ridiculed me for not being an Inuyasha fan. I guess when it's my favorite anime of all time. Yeah, I guess if not knowing the ending theme makes you not a fan, I guess I'm not a fan. Art of Anime asks, "What's Harry Lolly's favorite anime?" I know Harry's really big into three specific anime in general. He's really big into Keijo. He's really big into that Hinako series, like Hinako Wants to Sleep, or Sleeping with Hinako, the one that I reviewed, and the Hinako Exercise one. And he's really, really, really passionate about High School DxD and Heaven's Lost Property. Because he says that they have incredibly strong plot. J-Chip asks, do I have a favorite manga? Uh, yeah, I guess. I mean, I haven't completed that many manga, so I guess it would have to be. Ironically, the ones that I'm currently reading, I think, are mostly better than the ones that I have finished. Um, so I guess I really like Vinland Saga. That's really really good, but I'm not gonna be able to finish that for like a long time. I really like Noragami. I think I'm caught up to that, but it's still going. Um, and I'm a real big fan of Aku no Hana, The Flowers of Evil, and Happiness, which is by the same dude, but I like Aku no Hana better. And I'm hopefully going to finish that one soon. And then I think that'll probably become my favorite manga that I've finished. Axl Steele asks, "What's my favorite video game?" So I'll give a couple, I guess. I was a console. My life with video games is really complicated. I didn't play them for like a very long time. I didn't really start until I got a Game Boy Advance, but it was like kind of after it was really even like cared about anymore. Um, uh, on console, I was a really big fan of the NCAA football series. I'm a big college football guy, specifically NCAA football 2013, which is I think the best one that they ever did. I like Halo 3 a lot. On PC, definitely Overwatch. I played that a little bit on console as well, but on PC, definitely Overwatch. Like in general, I'd say if there was one video game that like if you said like you get all your career video games taken away out of your memory except one, I would stick with. It's called Yu-Gi-Oh! Worldwide Edition Stairway to the Destiny Duel. And you know I love the game if I remember that long-ass title. It was for the Game Boy Advance, and it came with, like, it came with, like, 3 cards when you first bought it. And it was one of my first video games that I ever had. And I played the shit out of that game. Like, I would beat everybody in like, all the tournaments, restart the game, beat everybody again, restart the game, unlock like as many cards as I could, and just keep dueling the same people. And I would just build these like incredibly powerful decks that like made me like god tier among like everyone. And it was awesome. Again, I was just playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Even when if I didn't have anybody around that wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh with me, like in real life, I could just play in the Game Boy. Nia asks, what if I switched bodies with her, and she asks, it like in your name, and how would I survive in Sweden when I only speak English? Well, I guess what I would have to do is put like well, this would only work on people that like weren't like my immediate family or people that I was living with. If I went out in public, I would put headphones on and just be like that douchebag that like can't hear anybody, so he's like exempt. It's kind of like that girl in Fooly Cooly Alternative or whichever one it is. It'd be kind of hard to do that with like family. I would Google the shit out of Swedish terms. It's like I would use Google Translate for as shitty as that can be. What else? I guess I would try and tell my family that like, because I know like I went to Japan. And, like, the language barrier, I realized how many people in the world actually can, like, I mean, speak English. And, like, we as Americans, we're like, oh, no, everybody just sticks to one language because that's all we really do here. It's not like that in other places. Like, people genuinely have some knowledge of English. And so I would use English and be like, oh, I'm just going to practice my English and get better at it until I figured out how to get out of that situation, I guess. I don't know. That's a tough one. Bob Samurai asks, what's my favorite snack to eat while watching anime? Oh man, I meant to get a bag of them and bring them here, but I forgot. There's these chips called salsitas, and they're really really good. They're like baked with like they're like circular, and they're baked with like salsa and like I don't even really like avocado, but it's baked in to the chip. So you don't really need any dip. It's like every chip is like covered in dip and it's dry. They're amazing. I love them. Salsitas. Check those out. They're really, really tasty. Wartbait asks, do I have a dream vehicle? I'm not really that into cars at all. If I was rich enough, I would just hire a driver to be everywhere, to be honest. I don't care about how fast my car goes as long as it gets me to where I need to go. And I'm a lazy enough person, and I prefer if people like take care of me. That like if someone could drive me around, like I said with like how I like strong women who could take care of me. Yeah, if she could just drive me around too, why not? But I guess I would kind of, and I'm working toward this. I kind of want like a small truck because I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'1", so I have an Accord right now, and I kind of climb into it, and it's all right when I'm in there, but I don't know. I drive an hour to work every day as well, and then an hour back. So I kind of want something a little more roomy. So I'm thinking a Honda Ridgeline, which is a slightly smaller truck. I don't want a huge like big Ford or Chevy truck that's gonna like eat up my gas money. But something that is a little larger than what I have now. Art of Anime. Let me guess. He's gonna go back to Harry Lolly. What do I like most about Harry Lolly? Yeah. I like how he's honest. He's an honest anime guy. He's a real anime fan, unlike myself. J-Tip asks, what are your top 3 favorite anime OPs? And I read this. I cheated with this one. I did this before because I didn't want to be sitting here thinking too long. I really, really like Jormungand's OP. I actually like both of them, but specifically the first OP is a little better. It's Borderland by Mami Kawada. And it's a really awesome song. It gets you pumped for the show. I really like Watamote's opening. I don't remember the title of it or who it's by, but it's really cool. It's really like all over the place. It's got like screaming vocals, clean vocals, and it's really cool because the show is so like kind of dull, and the opening is very much opposite, and I love that about it. And my favorite one is, unfortunately for a show that's not that good, Guilty Crown, My Dearest by, I think it's Egoist, is a beautiful, beautiful song. I love the girl's voice, even though she speaks like really like broken English in it. Her voice is so pretty. I really like her stuff in Psychopaths as well. But the first opening to Guilty Crown is awesome, and it's aesthetically, it looks really good too. It's too bad the show isn't very good. Axl Steele asks, what's my favorite movie? It could be anime or live action. I'll do one of each. So my favorite live action film, I guess this is sort of cheating because it's like it's partially like CG, but I'm really into Starship Troopers. I think that movie is awesome. I really like monster movies, especially ones where like you have people getting like devoured and shit. I guess there's a weird fetish, I guess. I don't know. I like monster movies and stuff. Like old Godzilla stuff like cracks me up too. I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. And Starship Troopers is really cool. Like the Predator movies are also pretty cool. In terms of anime, I should have looked this one up before too. Perfect Blue's really good. I guess I'll say Perfect Blue. Oh, I wish I owned that. Oh man, I'm an idiot. I should have said that before. I wish I owned Perfect Blue because that's also really rare. That's a really good movie. Yeah, so I guess I'll say Perfect Blue. There could be other ones that I'm gonna forget, but it's me. I'm gonna forget everything. Yeah, so I believe that is all of the questions that I had. If I accidentally skipped anybody, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll get you on the next time when I do like a 200 sub one or something. I don't know. If you can, check out my Patreon. I'll link it down below. Follow me on Twitter at Miasma Senpai. And stay tuned. I'm going to try and do videos Monday through Thursday from now on. It's going to be kind of all over the place kind of stuff. You might have a manga video on Monday and then a manga video on the next Thursday or something like that. I try not to keep a set schedule because I think my personality, if I keep a super set schedule, I'm just not going to follow it because I am the embodiment of disorganization. But if you like what you see here, check out my Patreon. I totally get it. If you can't donate, it's fine. Big shout out to Nia for her kind donation this month. Yeah, thank you everybody for submitting your questions. Thank you to all of my subscribers and to anybody that even checks out one of my videos and doesn't close it immediately. Even if you take the time to tell me I'm wrong about something, thank you. Thank you for paying attention to me and feeding this hobby that I love. And I really like making content for all of you guys. I honestly mean that from the bottom of my heart. This is such a cool thing. Before I started this, I didn't have really anybody to talk about anime stuff with. And through doing YouTube and being part of Discord communities and stuff like that, I have made a bunch of friends that I hope will be my friends for a long time. And it's people that I can actually talk about the stuff that I care about with and I can be honest with. And there's something beautiful in that. And yeah, you could say a lot of negative stuff about the community, but I like the community that I'm sort of creating around my channel. So I hope, Bob, in 3 years that I feel the same way, if not better. Thank you all so much for watching this. My name is Miasma, and I'm signing out.